There you are. Let's like be in the picture for a couple minutes while people come in. Mama's feeling kind of tired still today. It's been a busy week, hasn't it, Wendy? All right, there. That looks like our clock's on. We'll talk to people. I don't think I'm going to be on long today. I'm trying to keep the sun off that stuff while I work on it. Hey, who's around today? Oh, Sonia, hi. I feel very tired. That's fine, Sonia, if you're early. I don't think I'm going to be on long today. Well, you can see I haven't even brushed my hair. And it's 9:30 for me. I've been awake. Not super busy this morning. But I've been awake since like 3 or something. And I need to have the phone plugged in to the battery to maneuver. So let's see if I can do this, because the cord I have is not very long for the battery, and the battery pack has to be plugged into the solar right now. And I still don't have a microphone yet. I'm going to kind of stand over here a few minutes, Sonia. I was able to get a turkey from the food bank. And yesterday I was able to roast it. I'm not standing in the right direction, probably, for saying any of that. Can you even hear me? Let's see. Can you even hear me if I talk from over there? Oh, there's 3 people. Okay. Oh, you know what? I don't have this on. I am running behind. You can't hear me. Okay. Yeah, I'm not. Not top messages. All messages. All messages. There we go. Now, people that are subscribers. Okay. I can't. Okay. Oh, no, I did the wrong thing. All right, there I am. All right. You can see the sun is, I know what I'll do. I'm just going to take this dish towel and cover this. To keep it out of the sun while I talk to you guys this morning. Thank you, Sonia. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Bring a chair closer. I have sauna tubes I feel like I'm living in a construction zone again. Okay, I need to get these cut today. The footer holes on the cabin have been completely dug this week. No, Miss Lesa did not get them all dug by herself. Not at all. A neighbor moved back to the area. I can't even see with that sun. Okay, no, I am not. I'm not doing that sun this morning. Okay, nope, even more. I gotta get closer. Oh, poop head. All right, hang on, Wendy. I just don't want to sit in that sun. I'm tired. No, let me change that, because I is very creative. I am feeling very tired this week. There we go. let me start over with some stuff. You're not late. Oh, you know what? I was going to make another cup of coffee. I didn't do it. But I poured a glass of milk because I had some. So let me get it. Oh, never mind. I guess I already drank it. I didn't even remember drinking it. Okay. All right. Well, I don't need it. Let's see. It's been a very, very busy. Thank you for all the hearts, guys. There's 5 of you and 3 thumbs up, and I really appreciate you guys being out here. I feel very tired today. No, I haven't even brushed my hair. There you go, Donna K. So let's see. It has been warmer. That's good and bad. And the sun has shifted to winter sun for the solar panels. So that changes a few things. Okay, I don't see buffering on my side, but that doesn't mean anything, really. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even brush my hair. No, I don't think I even washed my face. I have started the fire out. I'm not going to turn the phone for you guys today. I don't think the kind of tired I feel, I don't think I could handle it if the phone started buffering or giving me a hard time. Do you want to see the people? You want to come up? Or you want to go outside? You want to come up with Mama? You want to go outside? What do you want? Outside? Outside? No. I gave you your treats. They're in your bowl. Go get your treats in your bowl. Yeah, I'm talking to Wendy. What? I gave you... I know, but I gave you your treat. Hang on. Hang on. Look. Look right here. Come. Wendy, come. Look. Oh, there's yucky. Say, Mama, there's a hair in my bowl too. Look, it's a treat. You didn't even get it out of your bowl. It's a duck treat. By the way, thank you, Miss... I think it's Catherine. No, Cynthia, who sent the duck treat. Thank you so much. That most days, that's Wendy's breakfast. If you... if you guys want me to talk about something special or answer a question for you, please put 3 uppercase Q's in the beginning of your question so I can see it. Okay, so a lot happened this week. Karma Kitty is huge. He's way bigger than Wendy. Chaos Kitty passed away this week on Tuesday. I actually took him to the vet, and the vet was feeling and just went. She went like this to his belly and looked me in the eye and went. And I said, okay. I'm going to cry, but okay. So, and for those of you who have come and are newer to this part of the channel, some of you would not be aware that during COVID year, I built a dry 12-foot by 12-foot square cabin on my property in Apache County. Why did I do that? For a number of reasons. It was COVID year. I thought we were, the apocalypse was happening and we were done. No, I don't want Karma in right now. Going out. Go on out. Okay. You guys go play. Okay. So Wendy and Karma are out playing. So in 2019, Home on Wheels Alliance gave me a minivan. That's not what I called them and asked for. And it ended up being a real problem. So the engine in that minivan only lasted 3 months or 4 months. And I got permission from them at that point. I had completed my contract, but I got permission from Sue Ann to sell the minivan and do whatever I needed to do. So that's what I did. End stories. We will pray for you. Yeah. Good morning, Catherine. So what else has happened? Because of that, I still have always been a person here on my property. I was never going to build, but 2019, both the minivan happened, and I cooked and fed and led the team for, feeding 450 community members and nomads Thanksgiving dinner. And a couple of hours after dinner, I collapsed in my minivan and woke up and could not walk. And I was paralyzed for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And somebody else, I could hear things people were saying, but I couldn't respond. Somebody gave directions for what people were to do with me. They were told that I was too poor to get me help and don't call the authorities. And so I was never taken to the hospital. I thought I had a stroke. I didn't. But those tests that when I eventually got to Yuma to a doctor in a hospital, I had a number of tests done. They kept me in the hospital for 5 nights and 6 days in a stroke ward. They did determine early on that it was not a stroke, but they didn't know where to put me. And when I was able to return to Apache County, I knew I was in deep doo-doo, that I had just almost died at the boondocking bash, and had come home with a new to me car that I didn't feel good about at all. Didn't want to buy that car, but I paid one of the nomads to be my mechanic to go with me to pick out a car. And I paid a person who also was a nomad gas money to take me, or maybe I didn't pay him gas money, but to take me to get a car. I wanted to go to Prescott Valley. The person that was giving me the ride said, I'll only go to Phoenix. We only have one afternoon, and you will pay for the restaurant, and we will do these certain things. And then I ended up having to buy a car I didn't want. And that car was a problem. And I'm almost done paying off all the thousands of dollars of work I did to that red Jeep Cherokee. That red Jeep Cherokee, when I got done with it, it was up for having a new transmission. And I was like, I'm done. I can't do a transmission too. I've done all kinds of things. Electrical, ignition, tires, 4-wheel drive was bad. The suspension was bad. 3 sets of shocks in 6 months. Yeah, no. Anyway, so didn't have that very long. And so, but even when I got back here and I decided, so there was no structure here. That was the way I was going to leave it. Then a friend said, why don't you come over to our house? You can sleep in our shed with our baby chicks. Which I did for a couple of weeks until I decided I better build something over here to get me out of the weather, because I knew that red car wasn't going to work. The reservoir for the radiator fluid, the coolant fluid was boiling all the way from Yuma to Apache County. And so that was a hard trip home. So I'm giving you, a little more detailed background history because I know a few of you are newer here. I am not able to see too much activity, so I hope y'all are still there. Are you guys still there? Okay, I don't know. I'm just not seeing any messages. So let's see. So when I got back, the announcement that they decided it was called COVID happened, and I decided at that point to build something. Okay, thank you, Catherine. So I decided to build something. I built a stick-built cabin on my property, 12 by 12 feet square, so that's 144 feet. Built it by building codes the best I knew how. I made one kind of bigger mistake, but I thought that I had done a pretty good job, but that I had built it by the non-permitting rules, which kind of sometimes change a little bit. And so those rules anyways now say that you can't live in anything under 200 square feet unless you hire a civil engineer and he's willing to sign off on your structure. So because I made a phone call a couple of months ago to try to understand something I saw on my public tax records, I ended up needing to hire the civil engineer, which I did. He inspected. He asked me to put 6 like hurricane straps, sonotubes with cement and metal straps attached to the cabin. That's what he asked me to do. And then he would give me the paperwork that would allow me to have an occupancy permit. So we're working on that right now, me and one of my neighbors. So, well, 2 of my neighbors, actually. So when my friend, who had been gone for a couple of years, when he came back, he was looking for work, and I said, you know me, you've helped me a couple of times before, but do you mind? I mean, you know I don't have a lot of money like everybody, but if you'd be willing to come and work, when I get paid, I'll pay you, and I'll do my best to pay you reasonable. I just got to do my best. If you work with me, I'll work with you. And he said, yeah, because, you know, Miss Lesa, my back is not that great. And I was like, okay, all right, no big deal. So are you guys, I'm seeing you talking about the buffering. Are you still being able to kind of get the gist of what I'm talking about? So these are sonotubes. This is what you fill with cement. And then in the cement, we'll put these metal straps. A piece of rebar goes through the end so that in the cement, they get cemented in well. And then those will get bolted onto the cabin itself. So there'll be 6 of these. And the reason these are in the house is because I didn't want them to get damp. And I need to cut them the right size. So this guy came this week, finished the holes for me. So the holes are done. So I got to cut these tomorrow morning. So Tuesday last week, I had to take Chaos Kitty to the vets. He did not come back alive. He did come back. I buried him here. I've never had two pets at the same time when one of them died before. I tried really hard to not be emotional, but it's really hard to watch chaos. I mean, to watch Wendy with Chaos's body. All the ride home in the car. And I thought about it partway from Snowflake to St. John's. I remembered I had an Amazon box in the back of the car. So I moved Chaos's body into the Amazon box and covered it up for the ride. Because on the way through St. John's, I needed to pick up a food box to make it through the month. So I tried. I did, but Wendy was scratching at the box until she got the box open, and then she got inside the box with Chaos and sat with Chaos and then guarded him. And then when we got home, I was going to go out and bury him, but I heard animal sounds. We've been having a mountain lion out here. I decided to just wait till the next morning, and I buried him the next morning. When I dug the hole, Wendy was with the box the whole time. When I put him in the hole, Wendy climbed in the hole with him and sat with him for quite a while. And so I let her. I let her, and then I walked away and I cried for a little bit. And I went back when Wendy was coming out, and I was like, honey, I have to do this. She stood there while I buried him. And then the next morning, she went out to go to the bathroom and she sat on the grave. So it's been an adjustment for Wendy too. But what an emotional thing for me to watch that. And yes, Karma Kitty as well. Well, we're going to have to start calling him Karma Cat. He's bigger than Wendy, okay? He's here. Where he? Oh, here he is. But he's black, and he's on that black sofa bed. Can you see him back there behind me? Wait a minute. Let me get it. See him? He's bigger than Wendy is. He's huge. He's a great cat, though. I mean, he's killed rabbits now. So I don't have to worry about him and food exactly. But so it was emotional to watch this interaction with the animals. The food bank stuff, wow, they are working me this morning. Okay. I've got the fire going on outside. I guess Wendy came in. I didn't see her. I've got the big fire going outside with hot water so I can take a bath. Or I don't think I'll get to doing a shower today because the guy that's helping me out is also working on my shower house for me. And so I told him, as long as, see, you guys don't know this piece either. I started working at Stan's. And I don't know if I'm only there for a couple of weeks or what yet. It will depend. So Kelsey, who'd been at the shop, her grandfather passed away. And so she's off with family. So I've been talking to Stan about going into work for quite a while, but he kind of didn't bite before. Well, I didn't push it either because I knew it was going to cost a lot in gas. You know, I live 40 miles away. It was going to cost me in gas money. So, so I started this week. started on Wednesday. So Tuesday, I go to the vets. I go to the food bank. I come home. Well, I had to meet somebody after food bank. I got home at 9 o'clock at night. And then I have to leave at 7 in the morning to get to Stan's in time to be there at the right time. So, so Wednesday morning was my first day at work. And I'm taking Wendy to work with me. And the first day she was cold and I hadn't taken her t-shirt. I got to get her a winter coat. Somebody remind me. My son said that they had a bunch of dog coats that were too small for their 20-pound Frenchies and that they would mail them. I got to remind them. You want to go back out? Okay. And anyways, but at food pantry, I got a turkey. So yesterday, I just feel like it's been a whirlwind week. And so yesterday, I had to go meet somebody at market site. And I did that. And then I came home. The turkey, I thought it would be all thawed out. It was in a cooler in an insulated, shady place. And it wasn't completely thawed. It had some frozen in the middle. But I was able to put that on the charcoal grill. I was going to smoke it, but I don't have my smoker barrel home yet. So anyway, so I put it on the charcoal grill. Tried to use, somebody gave me some tin foil. I think it said Simply Foil on it or something. Don't buy that stuff. I couldn't even get it out of the box without it falling apart. So don't buy that cheap tin foil. Doesn't work. Anyways, so I was like, it's got skin on it. If it gets a little too crispy, we'll just deal with it. I have a dog and a cat. And if it's jerkied, who cares? So I just salted it really good, and I cut it in chunks so it would cook more quickly and more thoroughly. So I did cut it in chunks. And so that got roasted up yesterday, or grilled or smoked. It was pretty smoked, to be honest. Anyway, and so that's when I first started the live, that's what I was on over there on the wood stove that's covered with the towel, because I don't want the sunshine on that pot that's boiling out there. And I think the fire's still going. Yeah, I see smoke. Where there's smoke, there's probably fire, or at least hot coals. And a kettle of water so I can bathe. If I can't shower, at least I can bathe. I'd love to wash my hair, but the way things are going, I'm tired. I just feel tired, except the YouTube stuff, or I shouldn't say I haven't worked at all, because I've volunteered when I could. I volunteered at the thrift store in. I particularly low on energy today, and it's not. I think it's just I need a little more rest. I'm okay. I'm all right. I'll be fine. It's been warmer, so I haven't really had to worry. Like even this morning when I got up, I did start a fire, a small one, and I mean it's 75 in here right now. I'm trying to let the fire die out, and because the sun's starting to come through the windows. But with this change of doing the footers, I want to be on the YouTube. No battery and everything. Oh, people are messaging. No battery and everything. Oh, people are messaging me. Okay. People are messaging me. When we're on a live, don't message me. My phone glitches. But I can't just put that out there for, some people know, some people don't. So what was I forgot what I was telling you. So yesterday I did the turkey, I did market site. We rested a lot, but it was Sabbath. We also did the daily chores more or less. Like we got enough wood in. Well, I had enough wood in, but I needed to go get kindling late last night. So we went out to the dog and the cat walk with me. We went out. We got the kindling for the fire. Started a fire last night. I had that pot of giblets from the turkey on there to boil. It stayed on there all night long. And then I stoked the fire up about 3 or 4 this morning. And anyways, yeah, that's sort of what's going on. So what else? My health is better. Oh, that first day of work, some friends of Stan's, the husband is doing part-time mechanic and welding work at Stan's right now, and his wife cooked elk liver for the shop. And I wasn't going to try it because at first I was like, well, I don't know what oil she put in it. I don't know if she put anything I'm allergic to in the way she cooked it. And then she told me she dredged it in flour, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. I ate some. I was fine. Like, fine. Like, I didn't react at all. So, gotta be careful though. But so I've had a little bit. Honey, please come up here. Let's let everybody see you today. Wendy has been tired. She has been exhausted. Like yesterday and today, she didn't want to get out of bed. It was almost 9 o'clock before she got out of bed to go to the bathroom. Didn't you, Wendy? You want to go outdoors and run? I'll let you out. Just show everybody your pretty face. Look on the phone. I know. I know. And I can't find her hairbrush. I'll find it, but the house isn't totally upside down, but I haven't made the bed like all week. And then because I cooked the turkey yesterday, I want to take advantage of having all this meat, and I want to make sure I store it correctly so we can have the meat most of the week. We've been invited for Thanksgiving to a neighbor's. We will go. Because Thanksgiving is a big deal to me. What else? I don't know what else. I'm tired. But it's been a weird, awkward week and a good one. I mean, we're tired. Go ahead out, Wendy. Go ahead. Good girl. I mean, it's been a good week, but like I said, just awkward, and I haven't had a week like this, in a long time. And so, Wendy's adjusting to the whole not having the brother cat, and Karma too, but Karma got over it quicker or something. I don't know. She's a cat. I mean, he's a cat. She's a dog. He's a cat. But anyway, so tomorrow morning we're pouring the footers at the cabin. And as we're doing these things, I'm looking at, the next big thing was that I needed my composting barrel system inspected by the county. And they only need 24 hours to do that inspection. So that's not even an issue. And I had finally got the barrels, but it was like the other stuff got in the way, and when can I do it? And all the stuff was inside the shower house. Chaos is buried beside Wendy in the cactus garden. Iris. Chaos, the vet said some stuff. But the stuff the vet said, I remember the word, I don't remember everything, but I remember the word genetic, and I remember her saying there are 2 big solid lumps where there should be kidneys. She said, not gonna make it. Don't do it. So I let the vet put her down. Put him down. Yeah. They didn't tell me anymore. But Iris, the hardest part for me was watching Karma and Wendy react when I brought Chaos body back to bury him. That I've never done that with another animal before, so that was a little hard. And then, like I said, I started work a few hours after I buried him. So I was going to bury him the night before, but I had a mountain lion out here, and I wasn't willing to deal with a mountain lion and Wendy. And I was like, no, I'll just wait till in the morning. I'll bury him in the morning. And so I buried him in the morning, and 20 minutes later got in the car and went to work for the first time in years. Like I said, first time in years, but I volunteered and actually worked kind of in different situations. I'm hearing Wendy bark, but I'm trying not to focus on that. Anyway, so I'm working, which is actually wonderful. And Stan's being really good to me about this. Oh, of course, he said I'm super, super helping, and he didn't know I had the skills I have and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know whether I get to do this for a long time or only a couple of weeks. I don't know the answer. But as long as he'll let me keep working and they can afford me and stuff like that, then I'm going to for a while, because with the friend being able to work here, and it's somebody I can trust to be here when I'm gone. He finished digging the footer holes while I was working. And then he said, I heard you talk about this other thing. Can I work on that? He just texted me at work. And I was like, are you sure? Yeah, but you're going to have to move this, And I came home, and he had started another project, which really needs done. So I'm so grateful to have that help as well, because if I can get those compost and barrel toilets done, please, which I should be able to real quick with his help. Anyway, if I can get those done, what it means is I've had to just clean out. So this morning, when I went to the bathroom first thing, I don't know, 5 o'clock this morning, still a little dim out, I started pulling everything out of the shower house because it's got to be cleaned out. The floor was dirt already. So I'm like, I got to get everything out of it, set the 2 barrels in there, figure out where I want the barrels and where I want the shower, because it needs to be the 2 barrels and the shower. And so I think I'm going to do the 2 barrels and the shower in the middle. And because there's not really a door on it right now, but there's a curtain thing, and it can be fixed with a U shape or a whatever curtain for the shower that you enclose yourself in, and nobody could see you no matter what I got for a door. So I think I'm starting with that idea. And I thought, well, I was kind of ambitious when I first got up. And I was like, well, let me get the fire started. Let me get some hot water on. Let me get those pots on. Let me start cutting the meat off that turkey I cooked. Let me get that stuff all on fire. And then let me lay enough. I have some paver blocks. Let me lay enough paver blocks, not stone, but paver blocks, so that I could stand in there and take a today. I was like, oh, what a great idea. Let me do that. I'm like, yeah, no. And then I was like, oh, wait, it's Sunday. I got to do a live. And you guys need a live, and I need you as much as you need me. So I was like, well, okay, deep breath. Take a little bit of a chill pill. And because I also need to wash a bucket of laundry today. I'm keeping an eye on all these solars are not quite in the right place. That's not that I don't have enough stuff here to make it run. It's that the way it's set up, now that we have winter sun, because I usually was gone during the winter, I didn't have to use those. I didn't have to use those solar panels when I was down in Quartzsite, Yuma in the winter. I didn't have to use those solar panels on the back roof. They don't work. They don't pump as much sun in the winter. So I was like, okay, all right. Gotta move solar panels. I'm like, wait, one thing at a time. Yeah, make sure the solar gets charged enough so that you can keep the refrigerator running this much, right? Certain amount. Well, then thinking about that, I realized I still hadn't figured out what I was doing with this curved, shaded area off the west side of the cabin. I think you guys have seen that, but thank you, Mary. Thanks. It's the reaction of the other two animals that are still alive that surprised me. And maybe it shouldn't have surprised me, but I guess I just never experienced it like that before. And Wendy's so sensitive. That whole Wendy's sitting on the grave the next day, I just was like, you okay? And she came in the house and she's got little. I mean, I'm trying not to make this into, to humanize her reactions, but she had like wet eyes when she came in. I'm like, the poor cat. Anyways, but they're doing much better. It's been a couple of days. And of course, they're eating way too much turkey right now. They're just totally enjoying that. But we've got to get this cement poured tomorrow morning. And so Stan knows I'm coming in late because I want to be here with the guys to try to like learn it and figure it out. I don't know exactly what to, but we got to get those footers poured because I think late in the week, maybe we might get rain, or maybe it's next week. I don't know. But it won't be long and we'll start to have weather again. And so while it's nice and warm, we need to get this done because it'll dry kind of fast. So, by the way, John from Frugal Off Grid is coming over to teach me how to do that. That's one of my big helpers. It's not the guy that I'm paying kind of as a handyman. We haven't given him a title, but that's a different friend. And I don't think I asked him about whether I could put him on camera or not, but just so you know that there is somebody helping. Because of some of this, though, and because I had just re-leveled both spaces on both sides of the cabin. And then I had to dig it all up again. I had to remove part of the stone that I just relayed on the back patio in order to get these footers right, correct. And so it was like, oh man, can I ever get something done and it stays done? I was starting to feel like that. And I will, but it's a little challenging. But because I had to tear it all up again, I'm kind of looking at the spaces and going, what's really important to use these spaces for? I'm struggling with my tool storage. I already had decided to go ahead and on the back side of the shower house, put a little outside addition thing with some shelves. And either, I don't know if I'm putting a roll of tarp up over the top so I could pull it down for bad weather, but to start with, just some shelves out of scrap wood and stuff. And I'm having everybody I know save me big plastic Folgers coffee cans so that I can put parts, screws, nuts, parts, junk, tools, stuff in up on the shelves so that they're out of the weather the best I can and protected a little bit. So I will have my helper guy work on that for me to help me get that a little more organized, because there's a place back there where I can hang ladders. And I think one of those ladders I need to let just go to the dump. Well, it's aluminum, but just still, it's not in that great shape. I broke the fiberglass handle on my spade shovel. I need a new spade shovel. I have not put one in my Amazon wish list, but I need one, and I should put it in my wish list, because if any of you want to help me out, buy me a shovel. I broke the handle on my shovel. Okay, it's cracked. It's not all the way broken, but I can't lift a heavy anything. I can't pry with that shovel. And it's the only spade shovel I own. So I got to get a new shovel. And what was the other thing? Oh, and the other thing I feel like I need really, really badly, it's been in my wish list a long, long time. I should double check to make sure it's still there. There are these owl driveway alarms. They've been in my wish list for, I don't know, 2-3 years. They work quite a distance. I don't know if I can replace the handle on the shovel. Some people get a piece of pipe, but right this minute, I can't see my way to a new shovel today because I feel so busy. I think it was riveted on, and so rivets can be drilled, drilled, and they come out. So I probably can put a new handle on it. I probably can. I just got to figure out. I don't know how to drill into a pipe. But you know what? I could stick it in a car and somebody I know could help me get a handle put on that. I'll do that. I'll stick it in the car. Anyway, and we'll see if I can't get a handle put on it. But these owl driveway alarms, I've had them in that wish list for like, I don't know, 3 years, 4 years, I don't know. I need those because I need to put one after the neighbor's driveway down the road, hide it in the tree, and then make it have one sound, and then put another sound at a different location, and another one when they're coming in, because I hear sounds at night, and if I was hearing the ding or the whatever sound I set on like those owl driveway alarms, I would know whether I needed to be concerned. I could just go, oh, I don't, it's not here. Don't worry about it, you know? And I'm not quite doing that. Is my backup? Yes, the radiator got done. I owe Raven, her father said to pay her between $75 and $85. So I guess that's $80. So I should pay her about $80. So thank you, Robert and Nancy. I know you guys have always been so good to me with that. And I don't even keep Christmas, but I appreciate your, you know, your help. You guys have been very helpful to me over the years, Robert and Nancy. But anyway, so I owe Raven $80 for putting the radiator in. Stan just put $500 into the white tracker. He said, I don't have to pay him yet, but I don't have that for him yet. What was the other thing? Oh, and then the guy who worked for me already, I know I owe him at least $100, and he's going to do more work. So like I said, okay, later, Iris. But basically, as long as Stan will let me work, I can get the help to get some stuff done that's hard for me to do, physically to do. So now, the other big comment I was making was about when you guys looked at the cabin, and I have that new curved room that's the cattle panels off the one side. That's my west side. It was kind of a, hey, I got 3 cattle panels, what do I want to do with them idea. When I bent them for there, I never thought about the fact that they weren't 5 feet, they were only 4 feet or something. I forgot that all 3 of them would have covered the whole length of the cabin. And so I only put 2 up, and I made one an archway, like a garden archway, near the gate that goes out to the ridge. So I talked to one guy about, what if we move the one over with the other 2? It'll be work, but what if we put them all together? So, you know, in an organizing sense and a visual, artistic, not autistic, but artistic sense, keeping things together makes it more pleasing to look at. And I don't really need the archway. It's cute, but I don't need it for anything. So I'd already asked somebody, what if we put the 3rd one over there? Because they weren't 5 feet, they were only 4 feet. And so they would fit the 12-foot width of the cabin and be the whole side of the cabin. Keeps weather off of it. It's not noisy. It doesn't flex that much. So I think that I will attempt to see if we can't get that done before it gets ugly weather. And then since we had to dig out again, all my leveling work I'd kind of done, you know, is all torn up again. I'm kind of looking at the space and going, so wait a minute. I had wanted my kitchen kind of in a greenhouse. I had wanted a fringed hammock to sleep in. I had wanted, right? My smoker barrel, I have all the stuff to get it done. I just didn't get it done yet. I want to move my garden inside the yard fence because I've had the elk and the cattle and the deer and whatever else come by and nibble the asparagus. As the weather changed and the asparagus fronds started to dry out, some of those bigger animals came and tried to eat the tops of them all. It's fine. But Karma's doing such a good job with rabbits and everything, I could protect a garden inside the fence better. So I think I'd rather have the garden inside the fence, the asparagus and all, and just have it small because I'm not eating a lot of vegetables, but I'm getting better. I can eat squash and stuff, and squash grows here. Okay. I don't think I'm jumping as bad as it kind of feels like. But if we get the 3 of those panels put on this wall, and then instead of the yard fence being the driveway side, porch side of that space, we put a door, wall, I don't know what yet, okay? But we turn it into an enclosed-ish space. Then on both sides of the short before the curve happens, am I making sense? Or is this too much? Anyways, so it's kind of straight for about 5 feet. And then it curves to go up to the eaves of the house, okay? It's nice and tall. But right at this part, on both the inside and on the outside, could be garden beds, okay? And so on the inside, they'd be more protected if it needed it. On the outside, it could have more sun. But this is the west side of the cabin, which is better for the solar. And I have a lot of solar portable panels that could be mounted on the curve. So I'm wondering about mounting some of those panels on that curve. I'm also wondering, I saw an idea somebody else used on a small cabin. I wanted to do something similar to this, but the 2 people I said it to just blew me off. Like, I don't know, maybe they just didn't understand me. Beth. That's great, Beth. Hi, hon. Thanks for coming. I'd mentioned this idea to a couple of folks before, but they weren't feeling it somehow. I don't get it, but they weren't feeling it. Anyways, so what I'm wondering is, now the engineer can approve my place with only wood heat. But if I was to go get a building permit and build new and try to build by code, they would tell me that I have to have another source of heat, that wood's not good enough. And anyways, I've seen a number of people put an auxiliary diesel or gasoline heater in their cabins. And they build a little box, a utility box on the outside of the cabin that houses things like 12-volt water pumps, which I don't care about right now, but things like 12-volt water pumps, extra solar things that need to be warm but not crazy, right? Diesel heater things that are noisy, stuff like that. And I wonder if I should put that on that side. Anyways, some of you who are members have been seeing some extra posts and videos that I've been able to post over on the member stuff. They're letting me do little short videos for you now. I have a bunch of stuff I was going to share over there and get some thoughts on, because I'm like, that's not a bad idea. Actually, this curved space over here, if it wasn't on the cabin, okay, it would be a good space to put the tools and the work stuff on the back of the shower house or something, but I need the protection from the weather on that side of the house. And so I gotta be okay with that. And I actually put the grill in there to protect it from the wind a little bit yesterday to get that turkey cooked. And so I'm not 100% sure what that space becomes. I thought about that's a really good place to just put the table and two chairs or something. I've been thinking the space on the other side of the windows. Maybe I will work that into, that should be covered and screened. Well, if that's covered and screened, maybe that's where I put that fringed hammock and I could sleep in it in the summer. I don't know. Who knows? I, Sometimes it just feels like too much stuff. So, do you guys have more questions and stuff? I need to check that fire, but I'm afraid to move the phone. I can restart the fire. Nothing that's going on out there is gonna get hurt by waiting a few minutes or an hour. I've got to get the solar panel hooked up to this big solar system I got sitting here. And, you know, the one little solar system's on 9% today because I didn't even think about the fact that when I put those on that south roof, I set them up for summer. I didn't set them up for winter sun. I was like, well, that wasn't the smartest thing I ever did. And the Echo Flow, because it doesn't technically belong to me, I won't just set it outdoors to charge. I would set it in the car and put the solar panel across the windshield because that's protected. And I'd be okay with that. But I haven't had time yet today to do that. So, hey, Shane, I saw you called. And I started to text you this morning and something else happened. We could talk later. Are you okay? Yeah, having stuff stresses people out, and some people need stuff. I don't really want all this stuff. But if I'm gonna have the place and I'm gonna leave it to my son, I may as well keep going for now. I mean, if he didn't want it, I probably would have already sold it. Okay? Not because I don't want it or I don't think it's beautiful or it's not useful in some way. But it's way beyond my minimalist. It's way beyond my minimalist freedom thing. And I love karma. And I would hate to lose him now. And he's so good. He's doing the job I needed so bad. But I wouldn't have got him if I'd have been in my car or with my backpack running around Europe or something. You know, because I never got to Europe. I started a round the world tour, whatever. I only got part way. So I have broken trips. So I've been to Australia. I've been to New Zealand. I would love to spend more time in New Zealand. I've been to, I've been to Canada, but I never got to Nova Scotia. I want to go to Nova Scotia. I went to all through Central America. Didn't get to South America. I was on my way to Ecuador. Not so interested in Peru and all of that. I mean, I'd go, but I'm not that interested. When something happened back home, my dad died. My dad died. And I thought, because he was my father as well as, as well as 5 other siblings, I thought it was my responsibility as a child of someone who just passed away that you should go home and be there for your family. So I went home to be there for my family. And I want to say slapped in the face, not real slapped in the face, but it wasn't virtual. It was face to face, yelled at, abused, berated, belittled. I don't even know what, shoved away as if, well, he was our father. Well, what am I? I grew up with you guys. What do you? He's my father too. What are you talking about? You know, enough's enough. So, that's why I don't have anything to do with my family. You know. So now you forget them. I mean, in a reasonable. I care. Do I pray for them? Sure, I do. Do I want to see them? No. I have contact with one family member who said that they would tell me if something happened to somebody. But aside from that, yeah, enough's enough. Iceland, Norway. Norway would be cool. I've been to New Brunswick, Quebec. I've been to, because I'm from the east side. I went up one of those first years when I was in Nantucket. So maybe 2012 or 13. I went all through New Brunswick. I can't remember what all those little provinces are called. I went over up in there. I was up and down into New England. I went into Vermont. I went further over and came down. And then I was trying to remember. I think I came back in somewhere in upstate New York. And then I haven't done the western side. I haven't done the BC stuff at all. But then I haven't even been to, I haven't been to the coast, the West Coast. I think I went to San Diego once. Yeah, San Diego. I think I went there once for like a couple of hours. And, but I've never done the West Coast, and I've never done Northern California or Washington State and up into Canada that way. I haven't done that stuff. I've touched Wyoming, Idaho, Montana, touched briefly. I mean, I can't say I went. I mean, I drove through, but I didn't really. I didn't really go there. But anyways, um, yeah, I have a passport. And for the first time, my new passport is not a fat passport. So I don't know if you know, if you're a traveling person and you're going to get your passport or renew it, you can ask for a fat passport. It has double the pages as a regular one. And my last one had double the pages and I filled it. But I was every 3 months border hopping somewhere so that I didn't have to come back to the United States because I wanted. And so, Bocas, Panama. Bocas is cool. Bocas, Panama. If you stay in hostels in Bocas, you can stay in a hostel that your bunk rooms are on a wharf and the waves are lapping the floor all night long. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm missing the Dakotas. Never went to the Dakotas. My van was registered in South Dakota for 5 years, I think. Never went there. Never went. Always was gonna, never made it. Anyway. Oh no, Beth. That's a challenging problem. Oh wow. That's a challenge. Okay. Gotcha, Beth. Gotcha. So, I never went to Chicago. Wasn't interested. Been in Michigan, but just wasn't interested in going there. Um, I was more interested in living in New York. Did it. Check. Um, Never was much interested in going to Asia. Didn't really appeal to me at all. Um, oh, okay. Iowa is so beautiful, Donna. Donna K. Iowa really is beautiful. When I drove in, I went up and it follows a river in a curvy road all the way up through and went to, is it Cascade? I think the name of the town was Cascade. It was beautiful, lovely. I was supposed to spend a couple of weeks with a friend who had gotten together with somebody and they bought a lot there. And I got there and she just took one look at me and said she can't stay. And right in front of me. It was like, hello. And then she turns her head to him and says she can't stay. And he goes, why? And I'm kind of going, what are you talking about? I just planned a whole trip around coming up here, you know, to see y'all. I ain't interested in him. What is your, what? She goes, two women can't stay in one place. And I was like, no, you didn't. Drag my ass all the way up here for a 2-week visit. So I went into town and I found the senior center and the Veterans Affairs place, and I'm not a veteran, and the local gym that had a swimming pool in it, aquatic center, and I had a good 2 weeks way away from them. They didn't even know I was still in town. So, but it's funny how people do things like that. Very beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. Very beautiful place. Yeah. A lot of bugs, though. A lot of bugs. So let's see what else is going on. You're welcome to come visit here. I saw that one already. So, I guess I feel a little better having talked some, but yeah, the blue car's running all right now. I really need to put an O2 sensor in it. And it often needs two O2 sensors at the same time. And so it needs two. But Stan said I can get away with only putting one in. The other one, until it's replaced, will just, the service engine light will stay on. So, but I need to put that one in because it'll make a difference in gas mileage. So I need to do that. And I think he said the part was $156 or something. So, yeah. But so, I've just told you guys some of my budget stuff. And, oh, Melanin, are you here? I haven't got a hold of you this week because would you get a hold of me this week, please? If you go back and watch this through from the beginning, you'll see I, one, started work this week, and two, I buried a cat this week. And I just have been kind of busier in a different way. And so I feel like I'm okay. But if I can handle today and kind of, rest a little bit too, because yeah, I've still got to wash a bucket of laundry. That doesn't take too long. That's not bad, but I got to do it. Or the week will be hard. So I need to do that. I need to get these tubes cut. I should be doing that while I'm talking to y'all. I'm not. I could do that while I'm talking to you, but it would be noisy. Um, and then what else do I have to do? I got to finish cleaning the shower house out. I think I got everything out of the floor space. And if I could maneuver it, if I could cut the tops off the plastic barrels today, that would be fantastic. But I think I'm asking a lot of myself. I'm so tired. I feel really, I feel like I could take a nap. Oh, and come on, I more important than any of those other things, I got to get that meat packed and put in the refrigerator so I don't lose it. Um, I can take the butter out of the refrigerator and put in the cooler. And I can just bring home a bag of ice Monday afternoon. But I can't. So, yeah. Yeah, it's just been a week. It's been a week. And somebody sent me, I don't know who did it, but thank you so much, whoever, maybe it was Cynthia. Somebody sent me a package of jovial pasta. Thank you so much. That's pasta that's made from cassava flour, and I like penne pasta's shape. Um, and I'm so allergic to flour that the corn and the cassava work better, but it's hard for me to find. You know, we don't have that in our grocery store. And I'm pretty sure that was an expensive one. I might have put it in a wish list, is why I got that. But it didn't have a card in the package. I should do more like unpacking the packages with you. But when they come, I'm at the post office. And sometimes they say SimplyLesa on them. And the people at the store are like, so who are you? And I'm like, just simply me. And then they're like, and then when I say okay, some of the people at the post office already know me well enough. But then sometimes I open them in front of them because I'm like, oh, it must be, a present. And they're like, well, what did you get? So, they get excited for me or with me. So, oh, and what a blessing that Amazon has started selling heat. Oh, nope, that box is empty. This heat, this heat, the yellow bottle of heat is what I use in my, it's the easiest because the size of the bottle basically, but it's the easiest to maneuver. Basically denatured alcohol. This is ethanol, right? I can hear Jeremy popping it up on there real fast. I think this is actually ethanol, but whatever. It's the cheapest, easiest way for me to get cooking fuel for my little alcohol stoves. And at Walmart, they're $2.08 per bottle. And Amazon has them for $2.08. No shipping if you're Amazon Prime. I don't think I signed up for it. They asked me to sign up for the Amazon Prime has a new thing, but I don't think I signed up for it because I didn't think you guys would be interested. They wanted to pay me for everybody who signs up on Prime because I told them to. Which is a great idea, but anybody that I know that's going to sign up wants to be on low income Prime. So sign up for low income Prime if you want to. If you want to say I sent you, go ahead, but I don't think I'm getting any money from that. But anyways, yeah, so now I can get this on, and I'll try to keep this and Wendy's favorite treats. I'm trying to keep on my wish list all the time because anytime somebody wants to buy me something, it's helpful. Those kinds of things are helpful. And you don't have to, it's not super expensive or anything. And somebody was confused how they ordered without having my address. And I said, when you order from my wish list, when you go to check out, it automatically puts all my information in for you. So that you don't have to worry about the addressing or anything. My other lists are different. My other list, I just opened them up for the public to see. I wanted you to be able to see what I'm thinking about or what I'm looking at. And I have a couple of private lists. I don't remember what they are right now, but I have a private list. I have no idea what's in the private list right now, because I think I even opened up my closed list. But it was just because I talk about stuff, and if you're interested, you could go see. I don't know. I just thought it would be cool, so I did. But some of y'all have been doing me real good, helping me out a lot. That Ceylon cinnamon that Sonia sent me a while back, a couple months ago, I've used that a number of times. I made eggnog the other day because I'm not allergic to eggs and milk anymore. So it was eggs and whole milk and Ceylon cinnamon and raw honey. And I was okay. So I had that for breakfast one morning. I don't know what else to talk to you guys about. Yep. It's only the yellow bottle for cooking fuel. Only the yellow bottle. If anybody was to use alcohol stoves, do not use the red bottle. Now, why do you not want to use the red bottle? Because the bottom of your pots will look like you put them on a campfire. It's dirtier and it makes a lot of soot. And so this is very, very clean and a little bit hotter, and just, it works beautifully in the alcohol stoves. So not even an issue. It's great stuff. Great stuff. Of course, sometimes I use actual denatured alcohol that comes it comes in different size cans in the paint thinner department at the grocery store. And when you see it, it'll say denatured alcohol, and it'll say paint thinner, fuel, and something. But that's why, because a lot of people on boats used to use alcohol stoves. Not sure how many do now, but it's a possibility. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what to talk about. Anybody else want to? Yes, it's $208 at Walmart, and it's $208 on Amazon. But so if you guys when I'm out driving around and traveling, I just pick it up at Walmart, and sometimes in the winter, you can get 4-packs at Walmart for, I don't remember, $6 or I don't remember. But it's a seasonal thing, so they don't even keep it all the time. But what a blessing that I can order it off of Amazon now, because that gets much closer to my house. Walmart is 80 to 100 miles away. Okay. So I feel like I'm reorganizing everything almost every day lately. Because it's like another thing changes, and oh, maybe I should fix that. While we're at it, I should probably do that thing. Oh, maybe I should do that. Oh, and then it's like my head hurts. My water barrel fell over the other day. I think it was because the cat tried to climb on it, and there was no water in it, and it knocked it over and scared the cat. And then, but now it's dirty. It's not the big barrel. It's a small barrel. Yeah. And getting the gutters on here is going to be really important. One of the water delivery people is upset because some new person has decided to come do water delivery out here, and they're afraid they're going to take all their business. I guess it's possible that they will, but I don't know at the moment. Um, I think that's all I got for you. I think. Oh, I was able to eat peas, like green peas, the other day. Kind of cool. Kind of cool that every once in a while I can have something and I'm all right. Um, I don't know what else to tell you guys right now. So, questions, comments, stuff you need help with? What's going on in your life? Let me give you all some help before I go. Melanin, how's your progress? I knew you got the scribble book, I was calling it. Paper to just mess it up as you're thinking about things. I knew you did that. You got that. Sometimes I want to be able to sit at a counter, at a stool. Yeah, okay. Where I grew up as a child, we had a kitchen table, but most of the time I sat at the kitchen counter stools because stools here, there were 4 stools, nice wide countertop, and a great big picture window. And most of the time, that's where I was. Um, with my back to whatever's going on in the house. Um, and so sometimes I miss being able to have a place to just sit and doodle on a piece of paper. It's all good. I mean, it's not like eventually I'll have this all cleaned up again. I thought I had it all organized in a way that was going to work really good. And then somebody brought me something and I had to make room for it. And I was like, okay, starting all over again. It's gonna be hard. But I pray to the Lord, we're gonna make it. Yeah, starting all over again. Oh, good, Beth. 5 below, wow. Hey, look, when I was in northern Maine, 40 below was, a couple of weeks of 40 below in the winter was normal. And you walk outside and your nostrils freeze. The little hairs inside, they just freeze. And don't have a runny nose because they'll freeze hanging there. But yeah. And you did you wore your scarf over your face. Yeah. So I'm glad your chickens and turkeys are good. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to have to stay. Never got any information from the guy who was going to come stay so I could go visit my son. He was supposed to let me know on the 18th. I haven't heard from him. I'll text him again probably this afternoon or tonight. Oh, thank you, Chantel. I don't do nearly enough videos anymore. I need to do more videos. I'm aware of that. Partly because I'd like a couple of sponsorships from a couple of companies. But I feel like I don't have a direction right now. I've been talking to a friend about my ideas for January. And one of them has to do with having a new sticker. And I wondered if I should do Simply Lesa's World. And then on the edges, so the circle being the kind of old SimplyLesa.com thing. And then around the edge of it have the palm trees from Costa Rica, the backpack and mountains from the AT, the airplane travel, the train travel, the the van, the tracker, and the cabin, and have them go around the outside of Simply Lisa's world. That's kind of something I, because I think changing it a little and then starting to think of it as a business and a job so that it could make me more, so I could turn parts of it into money makers. Not all of it. I'm not a big look. Any of you could have the wisdom, the experiences, the adventures, the blessings, the financial help, that somebody buying you a gift off of Amazon. Anybody can do what I've done. I'm nobody special. That's why that's where Simply Lesa came from. I ain't nobody. You'd walk right by me on the street, not even know who I was. No big deal. It's not a big deal. But but all the things I've been able to be blessed with, or the skills I've learned, or the whatever, right? The skills, the things I practiced, the whatever. All those things are available. All you got to do is get off your phone, take a deep breath, be in nature, and listen to something besides a phone or a screen. Stuff will come to you and you can be blessed. So anybody can have or do or be like I've been. You can have your own version of something. You don't want the same things I want. I mean, what fun would that be in the world if we all wanted the same thing? But I love cooking on an outdoor fire. Don't give me a hard time about it. Get over it. You do you. But I'm also allergic to propane, and I don't want to be sick. So I'd rather not be sick and have fun. And so, okay. So I have more time than I have money most of the time. So I'll, like I did a couple of weeks ago on the live, I'll lay the stone in front of you guys. And it's hard work, but I'll do it because I got more time than I got money, And some of these things in life are simple choices. And once I started to see myself as my project, instead of I'm a problem because I was born, right? That's the message I got when I was little. You're a problem because you stayed alive. Okay, well, no, okay. So there came a stage in my life, and I was older. I don't remember how old I was, 40, 41 when I had my nervous breakdown. I don't remember exactly. But anyways, I realized, wait a minute. If they're going to let me, so in 2004, 3, when I became disabled, I was like, well, if they're going to let me not work, I need to put 8 hours a day into me. I'm the project now. Oh, there's an idea. And so, I used to teach classes that I called creating your personal project plan. And, and it works. I mean, it works. I could teach that again. But anyway, so like, I'm talking this out with you guys because it just came up in my mind, but so yeah, yeah. Well, Chantel, I'm just a little bit older now. I'm had a phone call the other day. I'm working on getting my fuel assistance because in my county, I qualify as low income through DES, and they have fuel assistance because I'm allergic to propane. They can buy me. They have
an annual fund for heating fuel. And so most people get a load of propane. And what I get is, hey, Cynthia. Cynthia, did you send me the pasta? Thank you. I haven't made it yet, but thank you. Um, uh, so they have a program they can help me. They have approved to get me firewood because I'm allergic to propane. And so every year, annually, I have to, jump through the hoops. Well, the lady called me and we're talking, and she's like, "You're still so and so age." And I went, "Wait a minute. No." I was like, "Wait, how old am I? Wait a minute." I did this little like weird, like, I'm 65. Yeah. So, yeah. So, hey, look, when I went through some of the things I went through, there ain't nobody to help me. But that's what I keep saying is maybe nobody helped me back then. But I got you back, even if it's only virtually. I got you back. You're going to be all right. And just know that you don't just need me. You might need something a little bigger than any of us, okay? But you pick what works for you, 29 and hold it on. My dad used to do that too. "Oh yeah, I'm 29. I can put my elbows on the table now. I don't know. I can pick my nose in public," or whatever it was. I mean, I don't know that he did that. I'm just, joking about it. But, yeah. So, we just keep moving. Oh, and news flash. Did you all just see, any of you that are van dweller people or nomads or follow cheap RV living or whatever? Bob is getting rid of the ambulance. He told me I was crazy a long time ago. I mean, he likes me, don't get me wrong. But he kind of went, "You living in that vehicle? I don't know why you want to live in these little SUVs. I don't understand." He is selling the ambulance. He got a Subaru for travel. He has a Scion that he leaves in Alaska as his Alaska rig. And he has a stand-up runaway camper on his property in Williams that will sometimes go to the LTVA. Interesting, eh? Yeah. He's in a different place. Chantel, solar's a pain in the butt because you just figure out how one of them works good, especially if it's a kit that has a battery pack. You figure out how one works good, and then somebody says, "Well, I'm getting rid of this one. Do you want it?" And you go, "Well, it's a bigger power source. Yeah, I'll take that." And then you take it, and it's like a whole nother mess you got to figure out. If they would just be consistent, but boy, how they couldn't be consistent, could they? So I have one of the really old Bowdens. I don't know. No, I can't pick it up. The cords are all attached right now. I can't get it close enough to the phone. But one of the old, little tiny 165 watt hours. No, 165 watts. Yeah, that's right. Bowden's battery pack and its 100-watt solar panel. The thing won't die. It has a charge through on it. I run my little Alpacool refrigerator on it every day. Every day. That one just works. I'm kind of thinking that the Blue Eddies are better now. Now the Alpicool refrigerators, I still stand by. Everybody I know that has an Alpicool refrigerator, they do well with them. Mine does well. It just has always pulled a little more power than I had in my battery packs. I also have a 300-watt Rock Pals that I've had for forever. They don't even make those anymore. Company went out of business. But it doesn't charge very good in with the winter sun where I put the solar panel here at the cabin. But it's just, and Chantel, no offense to the people who might be on here who love EcoFlow. I don't like it. I would not spend money on EcoFlow. I have a borrowed one from someone and it has been a pain in the ass. And so I would not suggest that at all. But yeah, mine, Alpicool's China or something, as little tiny, but it's yeah, but they work. They just work. And I've even okay, I know it's Black Friday. I have an Amazon store. I did not set up a video to get you guys to go look at product to make me money off of the Black Friday thing. I could have. They send me as an associate and store owner and whatever else. They send me the stuff so I can do that. I didn't do it. But Alpicool has got sales right now on their fridge freezers for like $150. You can get a really nice big one. I would put a bigger one at the cabin now that I've had to be here almost a year. Well, no, it was December when I came home, so I don't think I'm quite there yet. But yeah, because I was in Nevada until Thanksgiving last year, so it was at between Thanksgiving and early December when I came home. So I've been here almost a year, and it's not having my travel vehicle. The vehicle I'm running right now, I really can't go much further than I could afford to tow it back. That there's nothing wrong with it. When it comes time to sell it, let's preface that with I will have to sell the blue car at some point. My budget can only afford to have one vehicle. Plus, there's a lot of rats around here. I'm not trying to have rats' nests in something. So I can only maintain one. I really can only afford one. And so there will come a time when I will sell the blue one to get back into my white one. It's how I will pay Stan for the work he's doing to fix my white one because my engine blew. So when that happens, okay, Mary, thank you for being here. Love you. Uh, I hear you, Chantal. You ended up with a bunch of them. See, I didn't end up with a bunch. I ended up just saying, no, I don't want it. No, I don't want it. I had to learn how to say no. People just kept going, but you're low income, Lesa, take this. Put this in your van. Put this on your, whatever vehicle. Take this vehicle. Do this. After a while, you're just like, look, I said no. What part of I'm allergic to propane? What part of I can't have a battery in my van that off gases? What part of I need to be able to run my, what is this, a 20 quart? No, 12 quart. 12 quart refrigerator. I don't even need to run a big one. Yeah. I don't even need to run a big one, but don't give me anything that's not going to help me. I'm just not interested anymore because I've had too much broken shit, trash to get rid of. And then people complaining about, well, how come you didn't keep that thing? How come you don't have that in your van anymore? You gave me a broken blah, blah, blah. Okay, I tried to fix it. I can't afford to keep the broken thing going. Why did you give it away? Because it was broke? Yeah. Okay, so it's not here. So I have this habit of I say no first. I think it works better, to be honest with you. But it's a little hard in the cabin. It's like, okay, hold up. You're offering to help me with the footers, please, 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 please. Because this is the difference between, there's a lot of safety issues with people who watch my videos who want to be mean to me. And every channel has a little group of, meanies out there. And so there's people that are haters on me and whatever, get over it, but if they wanted to, I know somebody who every month checks everybody that they know in certain parts of Arizona. They check their tax records to see if they're late on their payments. Okay? And they jump to make the payment. You know why they do that? Because if you pay somebody's taxes 3 years in a row, you could take their property away from them. There's other things. And so I want my shit done. Pardon that language, but I try so hard because the things that are important to me are my freedom and my safety. I had a lot of, come on, my own family tried to do things to me that were beyond painful. Okay? So I didn't get to feel much love in the world. So I learned early how to have the red flags go up on the back, or the hairs on the back of your neck go up. I learned how to go, wait a minute, something ain't right. Now, I may not always be able to recognize what it is or know how to solve it, but I know one thing. I had to learn how to set boundaries. I had to learn how to take care of myself. I had to learn to trust that when I'd done everything I could, I had to leave it in the Creator's hand. Because the great Creator and sustainer of all life is the one who has kept me alive since I was born. And I heard something outside. Oh, both of the animals are behind me. Aren't you, Wendy Woo? Oh, everybody could have been watching you guys. You're right there. Black, you can't see him on that, on that couch. There you go. On the sofa bed. The two of them napping. And I heard something outside. I don't know what it was. But it wasn't them. Anyways, so, yeah, so you got to learn. And when I first had the property, I just felt so blessed. I wanted to share it with other nomads. Oh, I keep getting Charlie horses, guys. That hurts. All week, okay to let them come camp up here. And so I used to have 10-day spring and 10-day fall get-togethers at my property. And people came up here and they tried to squat. They tried to take it away. They cut down trees without asking me. They lit fires. They set my burn barrel on fire, left me trash. I had to chase people off. I had to get guts and build boundaries. And in the end, I had to build a fence. But you learn. Maybe I should. A healthy person is a person who continually learns from their experiences. So they grow beyond where they were in the past. And a healthy person like that just continues to get a little better and a little better and a little better. And I'm a lot healthier than I used to be. Things are easier. It's not perfect, but yeah, I'm just a human being, so I'm simply just like everybody else. We all got stuff going on, and my stuff just happens to be that part of my stuff is that I've always been willing to share it, because maybe by sharing what I've been through or what I'm going through, it might encourage somebody else to just pick a different perspective. Now, I was an artist when I was young. When I was really little, I wanted to be an artist, with a beret and, living in France and having cappuccinos and staying out late at night and painting in the middle of the night. That was what I wanted to be that. I'm just saying, just perspective is about, you can look at something from this angle and you think it's a straight line, but you walk around the corner and look at it and it's not a straight line. It has a curve on the side of it. And you walk further around and it's pink. It's not blue. That's what different perspective it really is. And I find that travel and continuing to stay active and just picking a new adventure, it gives you almost daily perspective changes. So if I can just encourage somebody to look at your life just from a different angle, step over there, take a deep breath, get your scribble pad. Okay, I scribble pad. I love feeling pen on paper, okay? And so for me, I tell people, get yourself a cheap notebook. Get a pretty one if you like pretty things, okay? If that's important to you. You don't have to spend a lot of money on it. You can go to a dollar store. You can find a little pad of paper that's got a pretty cover on it, or doesn't even matter what it is. Or you could get just a good old theme book. It doesn't matter what it is. Get something to write with that you like the feeling of. If you want a Sharpie, get a Sharpie. If you want a sketchbook, get a sketchbook. Whatever. But, okay, bye, Catherine. And just scribble on paper while you're sitting. Have it beside your afternoon cup of tea or your cup of coffee in the morning. Okay, Chantel, I'm glad you were here. Thank you for coming. Just have the piece of paper in the morning when you're having your coffee. Just make lines on the paper. Over time, the lines might turn into words. Over time, the lines might turn into a picture of something you were thinking and you forgot about. I find that even that little thing, make a list of what you thought you wanted to do, what you thought you wanted to do when you were 14. Maybe the thing you thought you wanted to do when you graduated from high school, the thing you wanted to do when you were 25 and you never did it. And then look back at it and go, well, what do I want now? That was a good idea. Oh yeah, that one sucked. Oh yeah, that was because mom was mad at me. Oh yeah, that wanting to ride a bicycle all over the world. Well, the reason I can't do it anymore is because my back hurts too much, right? Or something. And then work it out. Just work it out. It's okay. You can work it out with somebody. If you need me to help you, I'll help you. But, I'm saying just work it out. Work it out with you. Work it out on paper. Work it out drawing with a stick in the sand at the beach. I don't care where you work it out, how you work it out. But the more you do that, the more you're aware of you. Who's you inside? The you that you hid. There you go. You wanted to be rich, but you're thankful that you don't have those problems. Yeah, I never had money in my mind. I always wanted to be loved. And I thought love looked like this, or this, or this. But you know what? I am loved, and I am a loving person. What more can I really ask for? Look at these babies over here that are so comfortable that they can like enjoy themselves. We got this. Just sometimes we're seeing it and thinking about it this way. And maybe it's the picture that's around the corner or something. Anyways, oh yeah, I kind of got on a soapbox. Hey guys, y'all have a wonderful day. I gotta go probably restart the fire out there, double check those pots of broth that were working, and I gotta finish the things I gotta do so I can work again this week. I love y'all. Pray for each other. Think about each other. Don't forget, when you think about people, just send them a quick text that says, I thought about you today. Sometimes that's enough. We need those little boosts of knowing that we really were important to are important to somebody, especially if we're alone more, right? But yeah, don't forget to do that. I mean, sometimes I get busy and I forget myself, but I think Catherine sent me a message this week and said, hey Lesa, I thought about you. You okay? You know, so y'all have a wonderful day, and we will see you next week, same bat time, same bat channel. I don't know if I can get to doing any more videos right now. I want to, but I feel overwhelmed with everything in the moment. So I don't know. But if you become a member of the channel, the members are getting a few like short videos, like when I was driving to the vet the other day. Oh, okay. I'm seeing things blowing around the backyard. The wind is kind of strong. But having things in the yard keeps it from going too far away. Oh, yeah. I forgot all about Happy Thanksgiving. Ciao. Have a good turkey day, y'all. Next week. Bye.